All right, so first step is to remove these 4 11 mil bolts for the drive shaft. All right, so the 4 bolts are out in the clamps. So then you're just gonna take a pry bar in here and work the U-joint out of the flange. And so once that's loose here, you gotta be careful of these caps too, because if these caps pop off, there's needle bearings in here, and I'll show you when I can turn it here. So there's needle bearings all inside here. Okay, so you got to make sure you don't lose those, set those off, and then we're going to pull the drive shaft straight out of the transfer case, and that's going to go down. All right, so what you don't see me doing here is marking the pinion nut, counting the threads, and marking the location for reinstallation. It's not going to be torqued. You're just going to put the nut back exactly where it was. All right, so this flange here will pull right off. You're going to lose a little bit of fluid even if you're low. All right, and then this seal, you got to get a seal puller, and you got to carefully work this seal out by pulling it. You just got to work side to side. Sometimes they're a pain. There we go, and it'll pop right out. All right, so to get the fluid out of these, there's no drain plug. Usually you got to pull the whole cover and then clean it up and put a new gasket on there, or sealant. I did that recently. I'm not trying to do that, so I got this siphoner. I'm gonna try to stick it in here and just get out all the fluid I can. And sometimes that'll do the trick. Oh my God. Let's see here. All right, so then you're gonna keep doing that a few times until all the fluid's out. All right, so this is the part number for the rear pinion seal on the rear diff. It's 2606-4028, and this is for the 07 Silverado with the newer body style. So I'm gonna open this, and it's always good to have a seal installer. This one I have here isn't perfect, but as long as it's close, usually does the trick. You wanna clean this out as much as you can. I hit that with a rag before this. So you just kind of fit it as good as best you can. And then this one's fits right here. Okay, and like I said, it's not perfect, but, and then just try to give it some taps as centered as possible, and then stop. So like the bottom's already all the way in. So then you gotta work the top in, and that's almost in. So now I gotta work this side in. If it was perfect, it would have went in all at once. Okay, and that's it. All right, after you get the seal in, you do have to seal the center here. So what I'm gonna do is I got this gasket maker, and you can just go around the edge is really all it takes. Just a little bit. Enough so that when the flange is bolted down, it can create a seal. So now I'm gonna go ahead, all right, put this seal on, this flange on. And then I have this little gasket here too that's made for these pinion seals. It's not a Chevy part. I just had one lying around, kind of like some insurance so you get it lined up. Right, and then so this is the part here where you're going to put the nut back into the location where it was marked, making sure that the threads are counted as well. Alright, so the drive shaft's going back in the transfer case first. Sometimes it takes a second to line it up. That goes in. And then back here on the diff, this is going to line back up. I actually got to get the end cap still. So I'm just going to kind of get it situated. And then grab all the stuff I need. And then it just goes in. Alright, so the next, make sure when you put if these caps fall off, make sure all the needle bearings are in place. And I threw a little grease in there. And the next is to line these up and to tighten them again with that 11 mil wrench. It's gonna take me a while, so I'm not gonna videotape the whole thing. So that's the 4 U-joint bolts secured nice and tight. So this is all wrapped up. So then the last part is to add fluid. I get this 75 W140. It's the full synthetic for limited slip. I believe the whole diff takes about 2 quarts. So I know mine's not completely empty. So you're gonna add that till it comes out, and then cap it up, and you're done.